Imagine this. You've been texting her every day, sharing stories, exchanging laughs, and building a connection that feels stronger with each message. Then, suddenly, it stops. No good morning, no playful banter, no cute text just to check in. Nothing. She waits, watching her phone screen every few minutes, hoping to see your name pop up, but there's nothing. With every passing minute, she feels a knot tighten in her stomach. Why hasn't he texted me? Did she say something wrong? Did she mess up? Or worse, is she being replaced by someone else? What might seem like a small gap in communication to you is an emotional roller coaster for her. The silence between you might just reveal something you didn't expect. Stick with me, because the truth behind it could change the way you view communication in your relationship. Let me give you an example. Think of Emily. She's been dating someone for a few months now, and things were going really well. They would text all the time, talk about everything from their favorite movies to deep conversations about life. One night, they have a late night talk about their future plans, and everything seems great. The next day, she sends a good morning work text, and nothing. She waits, then sends another text. Still nothing. The hours pass, and she refreshes her phone over and over. Maybe he's just busy? But the silence starts to gnaw at her. Is he upset with her? Did she say something wrong? Is he ghosting her? The silence becomes a deafening question in her mind, and she starts spiraling into doubt. Let's dive in. Number 1. Her first thought, did I say something wrong? When you stop texting, her mind races. She'll replay every conversation, wondering if she said something that made you pull back. Was it something she mentioned casually? Maybe it was a joke that didn't land well. Or perhaps it was that emotional moment when you didn't respond as she expected. She'll fixate on every word, wondering what went wrong. The silence starts to echo in her head. What did I do wrong? And the longer it stretches, the more convinced she becomes that it's her fault. Number 2. The fear of being replaced. As the hours drag on, something darker takes root. Has he met someone else? She can't help but picture you laughing with someone more interesting. Someone who doesn't need to ask for your attention. The silence amplifies this fear, gnawing at her from the inside. Every moment without a text feels like she's being replaced, like she's no longer a priority. That fear sinks deep, making her question if she's as special to you as she once thought. Number 3. Rising insecurity and self-doubt. Without the constant reassurance of your texts, her confidence starts to erode. Am I not attractive enough? Am I not good enough for him? Her thoughts shift from simple doubts to deeper, more personal fears. The lack of communication feeds her insecurities, making her wonder if she's just not worth your time. Every unanswered message chips away at her sense of self-worth, and she begins comparing herself to other women, questioning if they have something she doesn't. The self-doubt creeps in, and she starts to lose confidence in herself. Each moment without your text makes her feel less valuable. Number 4. The waiting game. Refreshing the phone. At first, she tries to convince herself it's no big deal. Maybe he's just busy, she thinks. But as time goes on and the messages still don't come, she starts to check her phone more frequently, almost obsessively. She refreshes the screen over and over again, staring at the empty notification bar, hoping that this time it'll be different. But it never is. The anxiety builds with each check. Has he forgotten me? The longer the silence, the harder it becomes to hold on to hope. Number 5. Overthinking. Every interaction. The silence doesn't let her off the hook. She replays every conversation, overanalyzing every word. Did she say something too soon? Was her tone off? Was there a hint of disinterest in her last text? The longer the silence stretches, the deeper she digs. She'll search for any clue, any sign that explains why you stopped texting. The uncertainty makes her spiral, and she'll never feel sure of what went wrong unless you give her that clarity. Number 6. She might start pulling back. 2. As the emotional toll of waiting for your text becomes unbearable, she might start pulling away too. It's not because she doesn't care. It's a defense mechanism. She stops reaching out, not to punish you, but because the silence has hurt her too much. Every time she texts and gets nothing in return, feels like losing a piece of herself. She'll mirror your behavior, withdrawing emotionally to protect her heart. But deep down, she still longs for your connection. Number 7, the emotional toll, anxiety and heartache. The longer the silence drags on, the heavier the emotional toll becomes. It's not just about the missing texts, it's the weight of wondering what went wrong. Each time her phone doesn't buzz, her heart sinks a little more. She starts feeling isolated and alone, her anxiety growing. The emotional toll of waiting for a message that never comes leaves her feeling abandoned without any clear reason. That pain sticks with her, lingering long after the silence continues. Number 8. Is this relationship even real? The longer the silence stretches, the more she starts to question the reality of your relationship. Was it all just a fantasy? Or was it real? She starts wondering if you were ever really interested in her, or if it was just a passing moment for you. The silence makes her doubt whether your feelings were as strong as hers. She'll wonder if the love you shared was genuine, or if she was just a placeholder in your life. The uncertainty creates a painful emotional distance, even if you didn't mean for it to. Number 9. Desperation for clarity. What happened? As time passes, she begins to feel a growing desperation for answers. The waiting, the wondering, the pain. It's all too much. She needs to know where she stands with you. Did she do something wrong? Has the relationship ended? The silence drives her crazy. She can't go on without understanding what happened. If she doesn't get clarity, she'll be left in the dark, wondering if she'll ever know the truth. Number 10. The roller coaster of emotions. Hope and hurt. At first, she holds on to hope, telling herself that you're just busy, that soon things will go back to normal. But as the days pass, hope fades into frustration and then into hurt. She can't keep convincing herself that everything is fine. The emotional roller coaster of waiting for a text, of hoping and then hurting, leaves her heartbroken and confused. She doesn't know where things stand, or if she should keep hoping for a message that might never come. The truth is, silence can do more harm than good in relationships. If you need time, if something's bothering you, or if you're simply not in the mood to chat, don't leave her in the dark. Let her know what's going on. A simple message or a quick check-in can do wonders in maintaining trust and clarity. Silence might seem harmless, but it speaks volumes of doubt, insecurity, and unnecessary heartache. Your words are powerful. Use them to strengthen your connection. Have you ever been left waiting for a text that never came? How did it make you feel? Share your story in the comments below. Let's talk about how communication shapes our relationships and why it's so crucial to keep the connection alive.